Hi, this is Matthew San Martin from MyPoint TV, reporting to you from San Antonio, Texas. In the past month, a group of anti-abortion bills have been steadily making their way through the Texas Legislature. One of the main ones to stand out is Senate Bill 8, or what's being referred to as the Heartbeat Bill. This bill would essentially ban all abortions after a fetal heartbeat had been detected, which studies have shown can be as early as 6 weeks. To go even further, Senate Bill 9 would basically ban and criminalize all abortions if the U.S. Supreme Court overturns Roe v. Wade. To put it plainly, if this bill were to be passed, it would be a first-degree felony to get an abortion, and there would be a fine of $100,000 for doctors who perform this procedure. To put it in context, the fine for a sexual assault in Texas is $10,000. I'm a lifelong believer that the government should not have the authority to regulate a person's body. So to see something like this get passed in the Texas Senate is troubling to say the very least. So to bring clarity to this situation, I talked to Michaela Montoya Frazier, a community organizer that started an organization to combat the dangerous stigma behind abortion.
Buckle Bunnies just came out of a need for people during COVID when Greg Abbott was just like, people who need abortions, I'm about to ban them. And then, so we were just like, oh damn, people really can't get abortions. Like, I have people asking me, they're just like, I'm pregnant, like, what can I do?
Buckle Bunnies is a pro-abortion organization that both funds and supports abortion through mutual aid. Their work is done by unpaid volunteers who are dedicated to creating autonomy for abortion seekers.
Sometimes people who are like reaching out for funding, like that's great if they can get that need met, that's super cool. But a lot of times people need a lot of like follow through and like help and someone to talk to. So we offer like follow up calls and care and packages with like self-care items and snacks and things like that.
Mutual aid has grown in popularity in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic. In a nutshell, mutual aid is centered around people working cooperatively to meet the needs of everyone in a community. It's different from charities and nonprofits because it's not a one-way relationship that, for lack of a better term, treats the symptoms of a problem through a third party. Mutual aid is an established community of people addressing the real material needs of that community and forming a stronger alliance through a common struggle.
And then some people like cry and they're so happy, but it hurts because you're just like, I shouldn't have to be doing this. And they shouldn't have to be feeling like this. They shouldn't have to be like so relieved that we're willing to help them out. That's such a like horrible burden to put on people. And that's just like what the government has done by like with abortion bans and stigma and shame. They've made people feel this way.
One of the main things that Montoya Frazier wants to drive home is that if we want the stigma around abortion to stop, we have to start normalizing it.
It's okay to be, and you should be, pro-abortion, and you should be out loud about it, and you should say abortion and talk about abortion, especially to people who you've never had a conversation about abortion with. Talk to them about it, because chances are they've had one, they know somebody who's had one, they have a story, and they have feelings that you can get into and talk about. And people have really good takes about abortion, and people have really bad takes. But if you don't have these conversations, how are you going to get to the good stuff?
Buckle Bunnies has no plans on slowing down anytime soon. And with the steady rise of people being vaccinated in Texas, they plan on mobilizing directly to communities that need them the most. While these bills were left pending in the House committee, there's really no telling on how soon they can be passed. Regardless of the outcome, though, it appears that some of the most pressing issues that people are being faced with are moving towards mutual aid for support. The question is, will we see a future where mutual aid will be the only option for assessing the needs of a struggling community? From San Antonio, this is Matthew San Martin for MyPoint TV, and that's how I see it.